Well, this is a benefit for Autism Speaks, and they are a fantastic organization raising awareness and funding for research, for advocacy. I have a nephew who's got Asperger's. I have a really dear friend whose son is severely autistic, so I know how it works. I know the challenges and the frustrations, and I think I'm just really happy to be here to support the organization.
The first thing I would tell a parent who just gets a diagnosis of autism is that there's a lot of hope that they have to have. Hope is so key. Hope, prayer, belief, and then you got to roll up your sleeves and get busy. You got to get out there, you got to learn everything you can about your child, and you are your own child's best advocate. So you got to be a feisty advocate, and I always tell people that if they see you coming, if they roll their eyes, then you know you're doing your job. You got to fight for your kid.
Well, I really didn't know anything about autism or Asperger's syndrome or anything before I got the role as Max, and since then I've really enjoyed sort of bringing attention to it and advocating it. It's a lot more common than people think, and it's like the statistic is something like 1 in every 110 people, and I think like something that common should be brought to attention more.
It's a disease that we have to, that seems to be getting more and more ingrained in our society, and I think it needs to be addressed, because a lot of young kids have that, and I think that they need to do more research on it, get rid of it.
I have a lot of friends who are autistic, high functioning or not, but it's something that I had to become aware of, and I think it's really important for people to gain that awareness, which is why I think this event is so great.
For most people, autism is invisible. It's something that you can't see. It's something that you just can't tell. And so a lot of people feel that people are acting because they're misbehaving. And it's very important that people are aware that this exists, and that some people can't control how they are in front of the other people. Awareness is everything.
I think it makes a big difference for kids. Just that there's so many stigmas attached to a lot of different kinds of disorders, and I think it allows people to have a greater understanding the more awareness is raised.
We live in a world wherein most of us lack patience in this scrambled, speedo world we live in, and yet here comes this setback, this malady, this handicap, wherein nothing more than patience is required.
Parents have to educate themselves, and then they're able to educate the public, the school teachers, the school, the other students. That's so important. But it's a journey, and once you start understanding the world from your child's eyes, then it's easier for him to get involved and deal with social situations. And that's what we were able to do. Thankfully to her, that she got on board right away and understood it and educated me. And our son is thriving now. Still got a long way to go, but he's doing really, really well.
Holly Robinson Peete is a friend of mine, and she's one of the first people I knew that had an autistic child. And then as I started reading and listening more, I have a friend that's found out tonight that his son has autism, and it's like it's at such a big rate right now. Before it was something that was like, every once in a while you heard about it, but now you're hearing it. We all know somebody, it's like breast cancer. We all know somebody who has a child or has somebody in their family that has a child that has autism.
We're doing this here tonight. We're trying to put the pieces together, raise some funds for kids with autism.
This is the inaugural event, and we plan on having many more events, and I hope to be here for everyone, and I hope to be here one day for the one where a cure is found for autism. So that will be the epitome of satisfaction and happiness for me.
You got to do a lot of research. Remember, the thing is, it takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of money. Look, we're still fighting diabetes, we're still fighting cancer, we're still fighting autism. So if there's no money for research, you can't find out what causes it. And they got some good doctors. They got some smart people out there. I think maybe the money that we paying athletes, entertainers, if they had some of that cash flow, who knows? Maybe they could come up with some stuff.
My daughter has special needs, yeah. Not on the autism spectrum. She has other issues, but my wife and I are, really big supporters of any fundraiser that raises money for kids. It's a great thing. It's a great charity. They're raising funds for kids with special needs. It's a great thing, And it's bringing a lot of cool people together, like Gary Wright. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend Gary.
It's interesting. Sometimes it's easier for somebody to just give money than it is to give their time, because they think their time is so important. Well, I think it's important to give your time. and the money, but to show up rather than just mail a check in.
Everybody should. We're missing out if we don't. I think there's a lot of talent hidden there in those kids in particular. And I see new technology as a way of helping them. From what I know, anyway. That I have a nephew that's autistic, so for me it's personal.
Well, they asked me about singing, and I said yes. I think that music is a way that you can sort of speak your emotions, and sometimes that's difficult to do when you have autism, so I think music is a great way that everyone can feel emotions.
Well, I'm going to perform a song that I wrote for my solo record. And then
do one together.
Yeah, and then we'll do one together, and then we're going to do a classic, Let It Be, the Beatles song. So looking forward to it.
I basically just was thrilled when I was asked to be a part of it because I love doing charity events, and this one in particular I feel is such a great cause. So when I was asked to do it, I was definitely up for it.
This is Megan, my daughter, who's going to be 21 on December 26th. And this is her friend Sam.
Hi.
From Delaware. And these are the reasons why we are here tonight, to support Autism Speaks. And adults like Megan and Sam, right?
Right.